Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I have some really exciting dividend news for you all today. We got some blockbuster dividends from YieldMax, and we're going to get right into it. But it's incredible. We've got two funds paying out over 100%. So let's dive right into it here. I have everything on a chart that I will share. Do a quick screen share here, and let me first make sure it's up. But wow, Square and Cony. It's incredible what we're seeing. It's like 114% in one of them. So here we go. All right. So I'm going to share something presented in my own Discord. And by the way, if you all haven't joined my Discord, please do. So the first thing I want to do, I want to try to enlarge this if I can. Here we go. All right, that should be big enough for everyone to see, even on their phones or their tablets. All right, so what we've got from top to bottom, our favorite fund, Tesley, is paying 60 cents per share. Now, Tesley's starting to recover a bit. Tesley has been around 11.77. And we'll actually look today, since the market is open. We will look and see. We're at 11.92, so we're actually coming back. We're up almost 1.6% today in Tesla. So we're starting to see a little bit of a recovery there. Tesla stock is up. Now, here's what's interesting. So today, Tesla is underperforming Tesla because Tesla is up 2.7%. Tesla so far is up 1.63%. And I know the trading day is still young, so we'll see how we end up by the end of the day. But nonetheless, so Tesla, we're still seeing over 60% distribution rate, 61.88%. Now remember, the ex-dividend dates for all of these funds are tomorrow. The record date is December 8th, and then the payment date, our last payday of the year, is December 13th. Now, at the bottom of this list here, you'll see the AIYY fund. Now, this fund just went public November 28th, which was 2 days after I did a video on it. So that was pretty good timing, I guess, on my part. OARK is paying a 24-cent dividend. This is, I believe, our lowest one out of all of them. OARK's really been struggling, actually. We've not really seen too much of a recovery, but again, Kathy Wood's ARK Innovation Fund is, very unpredictable, as we know. So we're up to 1350 in OARK, 11 cents today. So it's actually the principal value is actually higher than Tesla, but we've really fallen from our peak where we were at 2091. So anyway, so, and then the next one, oh, someone's asking me to use a larger font. Well, let me see if I can zoom in, put on like the quadruple focals zoom, if that's such a thing here. All right, here's what I can do. I'll max this out, but I'm going to have to scroll. But some of you are probably going to say that it's blurry. So, all right, now I'm going to have to scroll up and down here. Let's see. All right, well, let me do this. Let me get to APLY and NVDY, and then I'll zoom in as I go. So anyway, the OARK is 24 cents, like we said. It's one of the, it's actually the lowest of the ones we've got dividends for. And then APLY is 46.58 cents. That's a 28% yield. So there's that. NVDY is over 50 cents, so 50.71 or a 28.19% yield. And let me just zoom out here and check something. So 30-day SEC yield is actually 4.2 or 420 for NVDY. Definitely need some 420 after I sold out of my call options in May. Still, or excuse me, I sold in February, but should have held them in May. I'll still lament that for a long time. All right, now that we're at, let's see, AMZY. So AMZY, yeah, 47 cents, 26.71%. 4% SEC 30-day yield. FBY, let me know in the comments here how, okay, it looks good now. All right, let me do some comments here. Door Gunner says, just sold off of OARK, been disappointed in it, might buy more QQQY with it. Well, that's good. QQQY is definitely looking good, like I say. Definitely looking good. I'm in it. I want to get more for sure. Okay, so let me know, mom to college kids. Let me know if you can read it now. Uh, ARK holds a ton of Tesla anyway, so no sense holding OARK and Tesla. Interesting. Good points there. All right, glad this looks good. So now it's actually big enough where I can just read it from my own screen share. So now the really exciting one, drum roll, or knock on wood a little bit. Um, okay, wait. Yeah, so FBY, we're not drum rolling yet. FBY is 59 cents or 35% yield for Meta. Google, the GUI fund is 38 cents or 24.66%. NFLY for Netflix is almost 80 cents. That's a pretty good yield, or 52.82%. A lot of these, since we had this recovery like in October, or after we bottomed out in October, we started to have a nice recovery in November. I'm kind of really knocking myself for not getting into a few of these, because before I started this video, I was looking at particularly Cony and SQY for Square and Coinbase, and those both had a huge November, those stocks. So that's ironically, spoiler alert, that's why we have massive dividends in both of them. And those are actually both our two 100% plus yields. So now we can drum roll. So Coney is and I've never seen this before. This is insane. $2.46 payout. That is insane. And we'll do a spreadsheet analysis on these two towards the end of the video. But I mean, that is insane. 114% yield. I've never seen that before. In my career as an investor, I've never seen that before. That is incredible. Again, tomorrow is the ex-dividend date. Record date, and then the payout date's December 13th, our last paycheck of the year for our YieldMax funds. So just in time for Christmas, right? Or the holidays. MSFO for Microsoft is 78 cents or 41.63%. That's pretty solid. The Disney one is 42 cents or 24.55%. The ExxonMobil one is 19 cents. That's actually, so I had said OARK was low. This one's actually the lowest. Um, that's a 13.67% one. Not too exciting. You can actually do better than that in SVOL. Let's see what Doorgunner says here. I said Coney would kill it before they released that fund. Going to crank over the next 2 years while the crypto bull run starts. Yeah, probably should have got into it back in August. Chalk that one up as a mistake. I was hoping it might drop again. But what I kept doing, I kept dollar cost averaging into Tesley. Hey, I definitely need YieldMax in my life too. Or I mean, you mean the fund to funds. Definitely want that one. But YieldMax, like I said, I need it as in my life as a whole. It's been a huge blessing for the channel, for sure, and many other channels as well. It's creating many a YouTuber. So JP Morgan, the JPMO fund is 20 cents, 12.49%. AMDY, this one I believe fell a little bit. This one was really exciting last month, but this is only 44 cents this month, or 26% if we round up by 0.05. And now let's scroll so we can see the rest of them. I'll have to zoom out just a bit. And then the next one, we've got the PP fund, or PYPY for PayPal. And let's see. So that one is paying 51.99 cents or 31.91%. And then the really big one that's actually our second biggest is SQY for Square. This is paying $2.14, almost 2.15, which is just insane. Like I said, I've never seen dividends of this magnitude. 103% payout. And then last but not least, Moderna, 41 cents or 25.48%. Now, I feel like Moderna has really had its run already. And I think, with kind of the vaccines and stuff for COVID kind of being in the background now, I don't know if Moderna will ever get back to where it was. I'm not even sure what the point of them creating a Moderna fund was. But I really can't wait, like Dorgunner said, I really can't wait for the fund to funds for YieldMax. So that's really exciting dividend news, actually. And now what I want to do is analyze a little bit further how our dividends were so good in really the top two, because we had over $2 in two of them. And the closest one to that, I believe, was Netflix. So we'll look at Netflix. And then Tesley was 60 cents. So we'll look at those four. We'll look at the charts. And let's see what we got here as far as comments. A bunch of the funds I want but don't want to buy into individually. I want the YieldMax fund so I can get some exposure to them. Yeah, that's kind of my line of thinking too. So now let's go to Yahoo Finance. I got to say, this is really working good, having the desktop working. I've got my headset and I can stream, and I'll even start doing Discord live streams too. I'm definitely going to ramp things up here. And now that I'm actually on the same desk that I pretty much do everything else at, um, like I said, it works really well. Anyway, okay, so I was looking at OARK before I started this live stream, and I determined that the dividends were not A-OK, so we will avoid that one. What do we have here for our headline? Stocks open higher amid more soft jobs data. Yeah, so I'm seeing there's less job openings, I think, so maybe more people are starting to go back to work. Um, anyway, so quick market headline here, the Dow is up 106, Nasdaq's up 20 points, or actually 23 points now. The Russell is cranking a little bit, 31 points. The S&P is up 1260. Okay, so our two favorite ones, these I'm really kind of knocking myself for not getting in. We'll start with Cony. So Cony has done really well. So we for those of you that are lucky enough to be in Cony, you definitely feel like you're double dipping, because when we started, when this fund first went public, August 15th, we were at 1976. So we're up 32% in this fund, and we're getting over 100% dividend. I mean, to me, this is what makes YieldMax great. Jay's slogan with these two funds really could be "Make YieldMax great again," which he's done for these two. So this is just insane. Just thinking of how we're getting over 100% dividend and we're up 32%. That's insane. So I know a lot of us that are in Tesley are upset that we're in the red, but he's making up for it with these for sure. So we had a $1.21 in October here, and then we had $1.08 in November, and we've doubled. I mean, if you add these two together, the dividend is higher. This is so insane in a positive way, of course. So if you add the last two dividends together, the dividend that we got this month is higher than the last two combined. So it's like you got a Christmas bonus for Cony, which is just, or hold on, I think I have Square and Cony mixed up. But no, it is close. It's close to double, which is just insane. Now let's look at SQY, which is very much the same, because Square stock has recovered a lot. I actually wish I had bought into some Square stock in October when it bottomed. So since this one went public, we were at 1896. We're all the way up to 2602. And it's 1026, by the way. Seeing the same recurring numbers. Okay, so that's a sign, right? Now we're up 28.86% in this one, and we're getting that $2.40 dividend, which is just insane. We're actually up since the bottom, the Halloween bottom, 48% in this fund, $8.50. It's insane. I mean, it's like unfathomable. So then, if we look at historical dividends, I believe was the first dividend. Actually, no, we did get a dividend in November, but that was based on October when the stock was much lower. So this dividend gets me choked up a little bit. This dividend, $2.14. Oh no, I did have it right, by the way. Cony is 246. So Cony is higher in 1 month than 2 months combined. So we got like an extra dividend in December. SQY is $2.14, which is just insane. It's remarkable, truly remarkable. So with that, let's look at these two underlying real quick. So the reason why we got such a high dividend for Square, because if you look at the underlying, it's called Block actually. Uh, since October 23rd, we bottomed out at $40, And it gets confusing because sometimes the dividends, if it's a straight shot up for the stock, we don't always get such a great dividend because it's more based on volatility. But this one for block really looks like a straight shot up because from 40 to 68.27, I mean, that's $28.27 of a gain. So that's a 71% return in the stock. Imagine doing some leap options on that, or just some short term call options. You would have made a small fortune. Isn't that like an oxymoron? Small fortune? You wanna make a big fortune. Fortunes are big, right? Like Fortune 500. Okay, so, yeah, that one really is phenomenal. And then let's look at Coinbase. So Coinbase, and I agree with a lot of you all's sentiments, Coinbase really is gonna rip, I think, with all the cryptocurrency. 2024 could be the year of the cryptocurrency again with Bitcoin halving next year. So, Coinbase has just been on a tear this year. If you look at it, especially since this fund went public. So I have to give Jay credit when he said that Tesley, when they launched it at like the worst possible time they could launch it, for Coinbase, they probably launched it at the best possible time, which that's something I've noticed. They seem like they're really getting better at when they're launching these because Coinbase and Square were launched almost at the perfect time. So I wonder what they're seeing. Maybe next time I have him on, I can ask him that because they definitely saw something that the rest of us didn't. Wow, this is incredible. Coinbase is up 314% for the year. That is amazing. And if we look from June to July, wow, we more than doubled. So this stock, wow, there would have been many opportunities for some leap options in this one. This stock has had two big runs this year. So from October 30th to December 6th, we're up almost 90% in Coinbase. And then from June, let's see, from June 8th, or excuse me, from June 12th to July 19th, we're up 118%. So there were two massive runs in the stock. And coincidentally, we got great dividends in those. So that's really, really phenomenal news. Great, great December dividends. I'm definitely very happy with it. And I think you all are too. Let me just get through some more comments here and then we'll call it a morning here. Maybe I'll be on later too. My thinking was that Tesla was close to bottom. Yeah, so maybe it might be a good time to dollar cost average again. You also have all of the Bitcoin ETC releases coming, which will crank crypto even more. You also have all the Bitcoin ETF funds probably getting approved soon, fueling the hype for crypto and coin. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Great news today with the dividends and happy dividend investing. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Make it a great investing day. Take care.